Going on YouTube? It's your boy Logistical Styles coming at you with another video, and today we are doing a product review slash demo. And I got a new product in. It's from a company called Betopper. They make lighting, DJ lighting and stage lighting, and they sent me a pair of these lights right here. These are their L1015. They're a moving head light, and it's a stage light, but it also works for DJ purposes as well. But it has a lot of great features and you can really control it, even though it's not a traditional moving head where you have an X and Y axis where the light moves in all different directions. This just has what they call a Y axis, and the light goes from left to right, but you're getting a full, actually probably a little bit more than 180 degrees of movement from these lights. In each light, each fixture, you have 10 different lights, and they each have 15-watt LEDs in them. They can do RGBW, red, green, blue, white, and they can do a lot of different things instead of just like your traditional light where it may just show just one color. It can do lots of different colors in between these lights. You can do chases, you can do a lot of different combinations of it. I was looking through the manual, and there's so much you can do if you're really into DMX programming. So this is a really dope light, and I think that a lot of people will find it useful. And one of my favorite features on this light is the way that it's so easy to set up. So if you look at it right now, I have this light fixture set up on a basic, a very standard light. This is actually a speaker pole. This is a speaker pole, tripod speaker pole where you would put a speaker on top traditionally. But what I did was I used what are some O clamps. I grabbed some O clamps and I use them to mount to the brackets that come installed or come included with this light. Now they have a smaller bracket than this, but the concept is the same. It bolts onto the fixture. They use these little thumb tab latches that you can switch to take them off, and that, I will tell you right now, they're really tough to take off. So I just left them where they were because they really fit. I left them bolted on the way they are, and what I did was I got these O clamps. You can buy them offline, really cheap, and you can connect it to this bracket, and it gives you this clamp, which allows you to post or mount it onto any kind of pole. So that's what I got going on with these two lights right here. I've got them pole mounted onto some speaker poles, and it works perfect, and it looks really dope. I really like it because it fits the aesthetic that I'm going for with my column array speakers. And right now I have these at a pretty low level, a low height. With these regular standard speaker poles, if I was to raise them all the way up, they'd go out of frame on the camera, but they can go up probably about to maybe 7.5 feet. And if you get different speaker poles, you can go even higher. But what's really cool about these lights is you don't necessarily have to use them like this. You can also use them on the ground. You can put them on the floor because they have, if I pull it to the side, they have these rubber feet on the unit, which allows you to just put the unit on the floor. And I'll show you some footage a little later on in the video where I've used these at two different events. And one event I had them on the floor and they were in tandem connected via DMX. And then the other event I had them set up like this on the speaker poles, but had them a little higher up. So I'll show you how that worked out. Now this light is really well built. I will say this, it's all metal construction. There's only two plastic parts that I can identify. That's the end caps on the end of each fixture. It's made of plastic, but everything else is metal. I think the best way to work this out is to have some kind of atmosphere and then have not just 2, but 4 of these. I think that would be a great show because these are stage lights. Even on the box, it says it's a stage light. So this is not made for like a small mobile DJ who's trying to go out there and have a good light show. This is a little bit overkill for that. But if you have other fixtures, other stuff to go along with it, or if you have like 4 of these, because I would do like one on the left, one on the right, and then 2 on the floor, either ahead of me or maybe even behind me so they can hit the wall. But when you have all four going in tandem, it's a great light show. Two alone is really great. I would say add some other fixtures, just maybe some uplights around the room or whatever, just to have a little bit more activity going on with your light show. But these work really, really well. I really do recommend these. I think these are really dope. Um, these are for people that want to have a really big show. I think if you have something to control your DMX lighting, like if you have Sound Switch or the Wolf Mix, or even, you know, the My DMX Buddy or whatever, you know, different controllers to manage your DMX lighting, you will really get a good you'll really get a good experience from these, because when you run them on active or the automatic mode, they will go from left all the way to the far extreme right. And when you do that in a ballroom and you have like people on the dance floor, and then you have people that are kind of like talking to the side, that becomes a little problematic because it's hitting the whole room. It's hitting the whole room from left to right. So everybody's getting these random um, flashes of lights. But when you have it controlled by DMX, then you can focus your light a little bit more on the dance floor only and not hit the people sitting at the tables to the left or right. So that's the one thing that I would recommend. I wish they would make their built-in programs a little bit more focused, because right now they just go far extreme left, far extreme right. And they are pretty bright. But once you let them run for a while, you'll see that they go through all the different patterns. It's not just one color, one color, one color, one color. It's like chases and different colors. So it's really dope. I really do like the way that they did program it. I just wish they would make it a little bit more focused for the dance floor. I want to show you what the lights look like once we set them up, and well, this is what they look like once they're set up, but I want to show you what they look like once I turn them on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this switch right here, and you'll see that, okay, it goes through like a wake up, self check. So right now they're both moving around, the lights come on. Hopefully I'm not blinding you with the colors, but you can see that it does do the full 180 left, right, and they're in sync with each other. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn one upside down on the mounting pole, and then they would go in and out, versus right now they're going left, right, and together in tandem. And you can see that they do go through solid colors all the way through. But if I were to keep talking and keep going, you'll see that they start doing different patterns and different chases inside each fixture. Now, when you go into the menu, I'll pull this to the side right here. Right here you have this menu. Hit this button and it'll take you into different modes. And because they're DMX, they're going to do the same thing. So right now I'm in this mode, and this is showing the G0NA. So what you really got to do is you got to go through that manual. The manual that comes with it. So when you open the box up, you're going to get a PowerCon connector cable, and you're going to get a manual and the light fixture. The manual is going to show you all the different codes that you need in order to, or not codes, but the settings, because there's a lot of, this is all alphanumeric. So you have to go through the menu and choose different settings for intensity of the brightness of the color, or the speed of the moving head, the patterns that it uses. So there's a lot of different customization you can do. Okay, so now that we've gone over the specs, we've gone over my opinions of it, let's go ahead and take a look at these lights in action at an actual event or two. So right here, the first event I did, this was a gala. This was for the Swedish American Chamber of Commerce, and it was a really nice country club up in Roswell, Georgia. And I first initially thought I was going to come in with the lights on speaker poles, but for some reason I changed my mind once I walked in and saw the room, and I was a little concerned about flashing everybody with the lights because of where they had the dance floor and they had the DJ set up. So what I ended up doing was I put them on the floor and DMX'd them together and allowed them to shoot up and down the back wall and up the ceiling, and then hit the dance floor in front of me. And that worked out well. Everybody was impressed. You know, they dimmed the lights in the room and it looked really nice. Then the second night that I used them was at another event. It was a hotel. It was a Marriott Marquis up in Norcross, Georgia. And what I did was I had them on the poles just the way I have them here, except I had them higher up in the air. And they were behind me, and my DJ setup was up front, and my speakers are to my left and my right. So I had a really good clean look with the slender speakers and the slender lights, the column array look right here. So it really came in nice once we jumped into dance mode. So I really had a good time with these, and I got compliments from people at the event and people afterwards that saw pictures posted online. These looked really dope. What I really want to do is be able to get more DMX control over them. So instead of having them go the full 180 degrees, hard left, hard right, maybe just focus on the dance floor and work that way. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on the dance floor and keep the light there. And I think, I know it can be done if you just use a proper DMX controller, which I do have. I just have to sit down and spend some time to program a decent light show. And now that, you know, it's a little downtime for me, I think I will spend some time programming a really, really dope light show. So once we get back in, you'll see some really good footage. But that is how I had it set up. Very simple. And like I said, the other configuration I want to use, I have to buy some equipment for it. I have to buy some bars to go horizontal. So I would like to get them up in the air and then have them in tandem moving like that. And I will eventually switch from wired DMX to wireless DMX. But right now, I'm loving these lights. I'm definitely loving these lights you're playing. So in conclusion, I will say that these are very effective. I really, really wish that using atmosphere or like haze or fog wasn't such a problem for so many venues, because these, some people look at these and they think they're lasers. They're not even lasers. These are just really bright LEDs. And right now I have these at almost the lowest setting on these tripods, and these are standard tripods. But if you were to raise them, if I were to raise them up, I can get them up where the base is probably like right here on me, and just have lights up there. And that would be a great light show, because you don't want to have these at eye level, because they will kind of blind your crowd. If you have them up in the air, elevated high, it makes it even more of a better show. And then if you could add some atmosphere, that would even be better. But you don't realize that when you're like in a dark room and you have lights like these that are really bright and powerful, they will pick up, you know, what atmosphere there is. There's natural atmosphere in a room. So there may be dust or whatever, and these lights will make beams that will go right through it. So I'll show you some of the beams I was able to create using some smoke effects or whatever. But these are really dope lights. I really do like them, and I really do recommend them. Don't forget to look into the description, and don't look in the description below. There's a link, and it will show you where you can get them. And please be on the lookout for more videos from me. I got more products to review. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. This is your boy Logistical Styles, and I am out. Peace.